Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. This one is timeless and we're going to see what your next chapter in life is, which means that it's going to see where you're headed in life, love, sex, your goals. We're going to touch on all of the things that come through, and this will be 18 plus, hence the reference to the sensual energy. Now, I'm not going to delay this any further. Hopefully, it's not going to be too long. So, this is the point in the reading in which I verbally describe the piles for those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to select your piles based on me visually describing them. Now, we're selecting from stacks of luggage today. So pile one is more of a vintage style. There's three of them. There's a lighter brown, a darker brown, and then there's one in the middle that is kind of yellow, red, and blue. Pile three is a more modern take, but it's very, did I say three? I meant two. I haven't done a reading yet, but if I said three accidentally, then that means that maybe pile three may be a reference, maybe you want multiple piles. But pile two is colorful. There's a bright pink one, a bright orange one, and a bright yellow one. Pile three is another more modern take of it. It's black, it's sleek. There are brown leather accents on it as well, and I think some navy blue. So I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile one. So let's hop right into it. I'm going to start with these astrology-based oracle decks so we can get an overview of the next themes in the next chapter in your life. And I'm going to hop into the tarot decks. I don't know, I'm just like not getting my words together today. You'll have to excuse me. But after the astrology-based oracle decks, we'll do the tarot. I have Melanin Pop for various themes, 2 love-based decks, and then we have that sensual erotic sex answers oracle deck to dive into that energy. So we're going to be focusing on just your life overall, those themes, your goals, your love life, and your sensual energy in the next era. So let's hop into it. Tell me about pile one. Tell me about the next chapter of pile one's life. Key themes. Tell me about pile one. House 10, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. This is heavy Capricorn Saturn energy. Now I know that may seem scary, but it just talks about establishing structure, right? It talks about laying some kind of a foundation, especially as it relates to like your career and social status, because this is the house of public perception, right? With the owl, there's a lot of wisdom to be gained in this next era of your life. So just know that you're definitely going to be ascending as it relates to how people perceive you publicly and how you're ascending in your career and the things that you're doing out in the open for the world to see. Loving this energy immediately. So definitely an ascension as it relates to your career and just your overall goals and the things that you want to do, right? Life mission, right? A lot of accomplishments coming in for you. Mercury, especially with that owl card, you have Mercury. It says think, learn, network, and communicate. So heavy themes of just you communicating with other people, collaborating with other people. If you're a writer, this is going to be a peak period of creativity and or recognition, right? Because this is all about being recognized for your thoughts, right? Your energy, the way you speak, the way you communicate, the knowledge you've learned, the knowledge you're learning, the knowledge you're sharing, right? And it can be any channel related to communication. It could be through music, it could be through art, it could be through words, it could just be through your career, your job, your ascension in anything that's gonna be successful for you socially, publicly, as it relates to your career specifically, okay? So let me get another. And I'm not feeling too particular on how many I take. However many jump at the same time is what I've been telling myself I'll take. It just so happens that there was a very clear message from this deck for you, pile one. So that's your heaviest theme, is your 10th house, your social status, your career. Great energy. A win-win outcome is forecast. Okay, this is Libra energy, 7th house contract. Some of you will get a new job, a new career, a promotion of some nature, start a business, get a partnership of some kind, especially as it relates to that. Some of you may find a partner, a romantic partner or friend that will help you ascend as it relates to your career and your goals and whatnot. Some type of contract, some type of partnership on paper, like a formal contract. But I love a win-win outcome is forecast here because it talks about balance. It means no matter what options you choose in this next chapter, because again, with this prominence that you have coming in, there's going to be a huge, rush towards you energetically, and you'll have a lot of choices, but it's showing that whatever decision, specifically if you have two options, there is no losing, right? A win-win outcome. There's always going to be something, either option, any of your options will put you on this path to success. You don't have any bad choices, right? You don't have any bad choices to make, and that's a good thing. And also it shows you'll always get, I say always, but in this next period of your life, everything you get is what's due to you. You won't have to worry about getting the short end of the stick. You don't have to, I know most people don't worry about being given too much out of balance, because a lot of people hope for that, but you don't really want something in excess because you always have to, there's always going to be a trade-off, right? For example, if you're overpaid, usually if it comes to struggles in the economy and whatnot, those types of people tend to be the first to go unless they are extremely gifted and or tend to overextend, as in like they kind of make up their worth because they take on extra. If that's what you want, that's good, but you don't have to worry about that specifically, because you will get exactly what you deserve, exactly what you're owed, exactly what you're worth. Okay, especially as it relates to finances and your contracts. You don't have to worry about people getting over on you. Everything coming in for you is fair. Okay, it's fair. So great energy coming in, and all of the contracts coming in are going to be good people, quality people, fair people. So if you have a history of people that are kind of underhanded, with Mercury and Libra here, it's very open and honest energy. You're going to have a lot, like your relationships, especially professionally, are going to be a lot more genuine and trustworthy. I don't know what the past energy has been, share in the comments, but there's an emphasis on fairness and balance and like clarity, visibility, and just giving and receiving in equal balance. Okay, at the bottom, look at all of this Venus energy. Your dreams need a practical plan in Taurus, full moon in Taurus actually. And so I'm going to put this here, but I want to make sure that some of you have a prominent Mercury or Venus placement in your 10th house, or maybe you just have a 10th house Libra or Taurus, but it just feels very Venus energy as it relates to your 10th house. Or maybe it's a transit, but it's just something regarding Venus energy in your 10th house, which is very good because again, Libra is 7th house of contracts. It is all of your relationships, your partnerships. The Taurus energy is 2nd house of your assets. It's your money, not other people's money, not that opposite, your money. So a very grounded foundation. So this may be the era where you kind of, I don't want to say put down roots, but you at least have some type of financial foundation. Some of you possibly for the first time ever, like you may become a homeowner, you may begin investing, you may begin new partnerships, those are the things that I see. Lots of things regarding investments and saving and building your wealth. A lot of you, this is that era for sure. Loving that energy coming through. But I talked about that discipline, that structure, right? It does say your dream need a practical plan. So this is where all of the things, your goals have to take root. This is where you plant the seeds for those if you haven't already. And if you have, this is where you truly just move forward, and it's not seeds anymore. It's a true structure routine. Okay, this is the budget that I have for myself. This is what I need to do to become a homeowner, to have the money to invest, to make purchases that increase my net worth. Those are the things that are going to be a huge factor in your next era, okay? So let's hop right into the tarot. Tell me more about pile 1. Get one more good shuffle. All right, tell me more about pile 1's next era. Okay, I did not mean for that. I'll grab it in a second. But let me see if I can get 2 more and we'll take the bottom. There we go. There we go. I'll grab the bottom in a second. All right, that's that Ace of Wands. And I do find it interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get it to focus in reverse. That's very interesting. So I don't know if you're currently in a pause or if there's been delays getting things off the ground. But I will say that with the Knight of Cups following, look at that journey, right? Walking through the threshold, whatever you've been worried about or working on as it relates to your career, your social status, your finances, your relationships, whatever has been on pause, right? Like you couldn't quite get it off the ground. Just know this Knight of Cups is moving passionately to it. And I do see this combination so far as a person that's lacking in creativity, lacking in inspiration, doesn't know where to start. This next era of life will for sure take you there, okay? And you have here the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this normally would be an energy of lacking, but I don't see it as such. This is a card that typically talks about handouts. It talks about service. It talks about giving to those that are less fortunate. And for whatever reason, you are not doing that. So I don't know if you have an energy of overextending. We do have Libra energy here of balancing the scales, of giving and receiving in equal balance. Maybe this hasn't been happening. So you're not going to be sharing as much as you have in the past. I definitely see that for you. Especially, and the timing here talks about, I read it often a lot in this deck as divine timing. And in reverse, it feels like no longer waiting, like the clock's ticking and you're waiting for something to go. But in reverse, it's like, I don't have to wait. I can just do what I want now, right? With the Knight of Cups, very passionately going for what you need, especially once you have a foundation, right? Exactly. So something about this balancing energy coming to, and it could be regarding your finances because you have heavy Venus energy on the table. So let's see what's at the bottom. I think it's interesting that you got those 2 reversals because this is kind of pure energy starting, and this is giving. It's kind of like pulling back your energy so that you can focus on your own stuff, right? Like, even though this is very social energy, it's social energy from a perspective of you making sure you get what you need and what you want out of life versus fully supporting others, right? You have the Wheel of Fortune, great energy coming through. It talks about the completion of a cycle, and it talks about a new era. So if you've been in lack, right, whatever you've been lacking, whatever you've been stagnant in or not getting, because 6 of Pentacles is also not getting what you need, whatever that is, a complete shift, a complete spinning, right? Like it is flipping over, right, into balance. You getting exactly what you've been working for, exactly what you've been calling in, exactly what you deserve. And it's looking very, very prosperous for you. Like, this next era for you is going to be extremely prosperous. Okay. So let's see what Melanin Pop has to say. It's funny because I did reset the deck for this reading specifically, and you have my career at the bottom. So yeah, I mean, that is that's the hugest focus for you. Loving that energy. And don't worry, those of you where we're talking about where you're looking for love and sex, we're getting there because I have 2 decks over here specifically for love and the one specifically for sex that I'm going to pull right after I pull from this one. So we are knocking this out. And I do already see hints right? Venus is a very sensual planet. And with that being your key themes, I could truly see all of the direction you're headed, all of this prosperity leading you to a partner, like a long-term stable partner with the Knight of Cups. And because you putting yourself out there, fulfilling your goals and your passion and the things you're good at and your career and your finances, putting yourself in that healthy space also puts you in a position to find a potential long-term partner, someone that you could be living with and possibly even marrying. Now, I haven't gotten there yet, but Venus talks about those things, okay? So let's see. Tell me more about where Pile 1 is headed. What's next for them? Sorry, I gotta grab this one. Teacher, education, knowledge, competence, care, professor. Lots of learning. Whatever you learn, whatever it is that you learn and develop in this next era is going to be very, very prosperous for you. It's going to be very valuable skills, whether it's skills regarding finances with Venus here and your contracts and your career, because Taurus is your finances, it's your money and everything, and Mercury is your contacts, it's your communication style. Whatever you learn, whatever knowledge you gain is going to be knowledge that really propels you next. Not even just in your next era, but just truly for the rest of your life. It's going to completely turn your luck and your fortune around. Tell me more about Pile 1. Manipulation, control, influence, devious, trick, exploitative, and fool. Now, that could be a scary card, but it's not. There's past, present, and future energy in a variety of ways. That's why it's like this deck. So manipulation talks about people that may have gotten over on you. Now, with this Libra energy in this Wheel of Fortune, anyone that has wronged you, I do see some kind of karmic correction. Not that you're wishing for it or that you're hoping for, but I do, right? Balance always attains. Whatever you put out comes back good, bad, neutral, right? That's just the way scales happen. Everything is, the only thing constant is change, right? And everything changes in balance. So I could see anyone that's done that kind of getting a little bit of, whatever. And in the good ways as well, right? The people that have supported you, helped you and whatnot, you'll see them thrive in certain areas or whatnot. Not that you're controlling anyone's faith other than your own, and we'll get to that in a second, but just know that you'll see that. And then I also see instances of people that have tried, whether successfully or not, manipulating you gaining that knowledge. With Mercury, with teacher, you're going to see who your true allies, who your true friends, your true supporters are. You'll see that, okay? You'll gain clarity. So that's a blessing in and of itself. Now, the manipulation is you kind of grabbing your life by the reins and taking control of it, right? Discipline, practical plan. You will control you'll have more control over yourself and more control over your day-to-day life and your areas where you needed to kind of ground yourself. That's really going to stabilize in this next era, okay? Everything will feel like you're just in control of your own life. Okay, so that's great, especially as it relates to the knowledge and the lessons you gain. Whatever you learn is going to unlock how you control your life. Okay, and it'll help you gain that control. Let me take one more, and then I'll take the bottom. We'll hop right into that love energy, and we'll close it out with that sensual energy that you all love so much, because that is an important part of your life. Okay, so we've talked about your career, we've talked about your finances. Now it's time to talk about we talk about you reaching goals. So there's people, we got to talk about your relationships now, both romantic and otherwise. You'll have a lot of suitors, and I did see that with the Knight of Cups, people pursuing you because you're glowing up, right? You're doing well in your career, you're doing well publicly, socially, you're thriving. And so you have this groupie energy, which says shallow fan, obsession, stalking, and lust. And that's that lustful energy, that's that sensual energy. Maybe you'll put yourself out there more, but just expect more people to kind of cling to you, romantically and otherwise. More people wanting to be your friends. Again, this is very public energy. People wanting to be close to you, learn from you, teach you, just be in your vicinity. And with this manipulation grouping energy, you do have to be mindful that it could be past people, it could be people incoming. People have and probably still will try to take advantage of you in some way, especially with the success that you've got coming. This is a positive indicator. It's a negative energy, but it's a positive indicator of how much you're ascending, that you're attracting this kind of energy. That said, you're protected, right? A win-win outcome. And you'll have the discernment with this Mercury energy, the wisdom in that owl, the teacher. You'll have ascended to a certain level of comprehension, of intuition, of understanding how the world works, to where this isn't even a factor. It's just here to make sure you understand the manipulation groupie energy is coming through. That's really what it is, okay? And let me see if I see anything else coming through. Yeah, lots of obsession. So people will be obsessing and fixating on you and like possibly gossiping about you and just wanting to know all of your business. But I mean, that's just human nature. I wouldn't take it personally or even worry about it that much. I wouldn't. And I wanted another one, but I didn't pull it. So here we are with trapped. So let me see. Imprisonment, caught, blockages, cornered, and stuck. That's a very interesting energy coming through, but I do want to pull another one. There's some people that feel left behind by you. Just be mindful of that, okay? Yeah. So especially if you've overextended, as you pull back your energy, with this Ace of Wands I talked about earlier in the Six of Pentacles, as you pull back your energy to focus on yourself and make sure you have what you need, right? Your own stuff. Just know that people are not going to necessarily be happy about that. You have unequal give and take, lazy, mooching, disrespect, blame game. So expect people to try to take advantage, people to try to use you. But again, that's a testament to how successful you'll be, or at least be perceived by other people. You'll be doing very, very well in this next era. And unfortunately, you have people that tend to gravitate towards people like you when you're doing well, to manipulate, to obsess, to cling, and to take advantage, right? With the mooching, unequal give and take. I do everything. So let's see what's at the bottom now that I've got my 4, because it cleans up the row. Hot sauce, attractive, feisty, on a roll, temperature, climate, and debates. This is you standing your ground, and this is your sensual energy and power. Like, you're a hot commodity in this next era, Power One. Like, you're truly thriving, you're truly successful, and like nothing can stop you. And it's like an up and up for you. I don't even know what it is you're working on or where you're going or what you're doing, but like you're on the up and up. And you've set boundaries and you've set a routine for yourself, and you're very disciplined in the way you not manipulate other people, in the way you manipulate your surroundings, in the way that you handle yourself, just very disciplined. So like your no means no in this new era if it hasn't previously. And that's why you have all of this underlying energy of jealousy and whatnot. Now, I just see this I do everything not just as that unequal give and take of your previous connections and people attempting to have that energy. I do everything as you being really in your personal power, like very independent, not needing anyone else. And that's part of why this manipulation groupie energy doesn't work for you, because you don't really need other people. You know, you don't need them in this next era. Now, that doesn't mean they're not here. You're going to have a lot of good people surrounding you as well, a lot of healthy connections, a lot of supportive connections. But this next era is really going to show you who your real friends are, platonic and otherwise, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, with this hot sauce, it's very public energy. It's like outgoing. It means like you're starting to look really, really good, hence the groupie energy. Like you're thriving, your health as well. Like it just feels like this thermometer. Like it just feels like you're at the top of something. Okay, I don't know what that is for you. I don't know what the top means for you, but you're at the top of something, right? And you don't mind standing your ground wherever you are, but it just, like, again, your no means no, and what you say goes, right? Like when you decide you want something, you get it. Okay, and I don't know what energy you're stepping into that's really building this confidence. Maybe it's the success, you seeing results kind of for the first time, or now that really gives you the confidence to just stand in your power. That's exactly what I'm seeing. Now, again, hot sauce, that's that sensual energy. So you'll be very sensual, in a very sensual energy. Like your sex life is probably going to be very thriving, especially with all of these options, casual and otherwise, depending on what you're interested in. I can see whatever you want sensually, you'll get. Okay, so I definitely wouldn't worry about that if that's something that's been on your mind. So let's hop right into these love decks, and then I will close it out to develop this hot sauce energy. Tell me about love specifically. That's too many. For pile 1. A lot of energy coming through for you as it relates to love, pile 1. Let's see. Give me some energy for pile 1, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'll pull another one because I want more. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So some of this energy could be related to your parents, right? Or family members. But this healing of family issues could be the unequal give and take, could be related to some certain family members, or even friendships, because friends are often like family depending on how long they've been in your life, right? Also, it talked about you kind of mentally preparing yourself for a long-term connection, right? You do have Libra 7th house of, marriage possibly. And then you have the Taurus energy of like a home, like an asset, buying a home together. So just kind of getting to a space where you're ready for a romantic partner. And that could be the dating around I see here sometimes. Paying attention to the red flags is at the bottom so far. The signs are cautioning you. Watch those people. Make sure you're mindful of the people that are attracted to you, especially if they're newly attracted to you after you've ascended into some level, okay? Just be mindful of people and their energy. Let me get one more and I'll take the bottom. Yeah, it's telling you just to be mindful of the company you keep and the people. But you're gonna see who your real friends are truly. That is the thing. Now, it may be painful when you realize certain people, especially if these are people that you've been close with quite some time, or if these are family members, if they reveal themselves and they're not really who you thought they were. That's unfortunate. But again, it opens the path for real, genuine, authentic connection, which I do see coming in. And we do have the actual wedding card, okay? This situation involves marriage. So I did get through talking about that. I'm not going to keep talking about it because it's very clear that energy has been sitting on the table for a while. I'm debating on whether or not I'm taking reversals from this deck. It's at the bottom. Attraction. Okay. I'll consider that it was in reverse. I don't know that I want it from this deck. It says express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I could see, because it came out in reverse, you kind of being very focused on your career and not really wanting to focus on love, especially as you're healing your family issues, especially as you're kind of becoming more marriage minded. You may not want to express your love openly, especially if you get burned very quickly by a romantic interest with this manipulation groupie energy. Don't worry about it. You can still be open and receptive because you do have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So just enjoy your life, live your life however you want to live it. Don't worry about romantic love and getting married, because I could see you, rather than enjoying romantic connections, hyper fixating on the end result of that, whether you're wanting to be married or you're anticipating marriage, or you fear marriage, you fear commitment, desire it deeply, like allowing yourself to enjoy your romantic stages at whatever stage they're at, okay? Making sure you do that. So, and expressing your love, like be expressive in those areas when you're attracting people that you're interested in, okay? Especially if there's trauma there. Issues with intimacy, I can see. Okay. Especially regarding any issues regarding your parents' marriages, I could see you definitely healing that in your next phase. Okay. So let's see more. Tell me more about Pile 1's love life in this next. Reconciliation. Be open to someone returning and wanting to work things out. Now, with this falling in this position, some of you, it could very well be an ex. I'm not gonna lie, but the primary energy here is if you've had issues with someone from your past, like a close friend or family member, you'll work that out. Especially if it's been troubling you, if you've been wanting to heal from it, I can 100% see you healing whatever family issues you have with this reconciliation card. So don't worry about it if you're having issues with a family member or a parent or a close friend. Just know that's gonna work itself out in this next era, okay? Let's see. Warm embrace. Let's see what that is. Let yourself enjoy your partner's loving arms around your body. Their touch ignites a flame in you. This is someone you're going to be close to, a romantic partner very soon, especially with this falling with the wedding. There's going to be a serious connection coming in for you that you're going to be very regardless of your love language and your love style, this is going to be someone that you kind of cling to, right? Especially with the groupie, it's like being very close, like someone that you want to cuddle with all the time. I don't know why that's a relevant message, but it is. Maybe you've been wanting that, but this is going to be someone you're going to want to cuddle with all the time. Let me get one more and we'll take the bottom. Okay, I'll take them both. Let me put this here. It's a vibe. Enjoy the good vibes and energy with this person because they are like no other. So you're going to have a lot of fun with this person. Okay. This is, like I said, this, a lot of you, you're going to have a lot of options, but there's definitely someone specific that you're going to want to be close to. And honestly, sometimes in some instances, I see it's those of you, having issues with friends and family. This person may actually open that path for you reconciling with those loved ones, okay? Like, I don't know if it's the relationship getting serious and you two talking about marriage or getting married that actually brings, you know, people together. Once people start talking about getting married and having kids, that's when family issues, especially as it relates to like parents and whatnot, that's when people truly begin to start the process for healing. So if that's what you've been dealing with, that's what you're getting. You have attraction again. Okay, you got it here. You've got hot sauce. I mean, yeah, your captivating energy makes you attractive. You wear confidence well. So if you've been having issues with self-esteem, or if you don't feel like you're in the best physical shape, if you don't feel like you've looked your best, this next era, I don't know if it's because you'll have more money or just more free time, but you're definitely gonna glow up physically. You're gonna look so good. And I knew that with all of this Venus energy, but not that it's the most important thing, but it is still important. Feeling good, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, you're going to look really good though to other people with hot sauce, 2 attraction cards. Like, you're going to be looking really good. And it could be because you're in a healthy connection. Could be that as well. So let's see what's at the bottom. Soulmate. The person you are inquiring about is your soulmate. That sense of familiarity and comfort you feel is confirmation. With warm embrace, yeah, you're going to have someone you're very, very comfortable with. Some of you, this is your confirmation with reconciliation, that this is an existing connection, like that this is someone that's already in your life, right? So that may be that confirmation for those of you that needed it. So loving this energy, beautiful relationship coming through. You're going to be looking really good, feeling good, being in love, feeling really connected with someone, healing issues with your family and friends. Like, this is like a real genuine glow up. The only negatives I see, the concerns, the red flags, which that card came out a little while ago, is just being mindful of the company you keep and the people that may be a little predatory as it relates to you and your success. Okay. So let's talk about this sensual energy as I pull from this erotic sex answers hybrid. Tell me about pile 1's sensual energy. We touched on it a little bit with attraction and hot sauce. Let's see. Tell me about what's going on with pile 1's sensual energy in their next era. What can I expect? Okay. This the communication. Some of you are going to learn how to really communicate what you want sexually. Like, if you're uncomfortable with sex, if you're uncomfortable, have issues with intimacy, if you don't know what you like, or if you've never had a partner that really did it, this next connection, that's why you two can't stay off of each other with warm embrace. You're going to communicate very clearly what it is you want in a connection, right? And the emphasis on the lips, lots of kisses, okay? Definitely the case. And I'm not going to leave it in that placement, but with it coming out that way, learning how to communicate what you want and need, not only just in a romantic connection, but sexually, okay? I love that for you. Let me see. I think I want 6 total. So let me get my next one so I can see more about your sensual energy coming through. Tell me more about pile 1's sensual energy coming through. Got mixed signals. This is an interesting energy of you being hot and cold, not sure what you want, right? Like you'll communicate it. Oh, and dirty talk also, it talks about being a talker in the bedroom. That is what you'll be opening up to if you are not already. But the mixed signals talks about being inconsistent. So you may be a little inconsistent about what it is you want in a relationship and sensually, okay? So let me get more so I can develop that energy and see what's going on. Tell me more about pile 1 and their sensual energy, desire. Okay, so whereas you may have not been very comfortable with intimacy, I see that here. Since Express Your Love came out in reverse, with this newfound like confidence, you'll be opening up more. Look at this desire, right? This burning desire. So if you have not been very in your sensual energy, like if that's not been a priority, or if you've not just been turned on, just know this next connection or next era where you're dating, you're gonna be in heat with the hot sauce. That was a funny way of saying it, but you have hot sauce. So like you'll be really in your sensual energy, whether it's with a specific partner or if it's you kind of exploring your sexuality, okay, with other people. It just depends on what you're looking for and what you find. Some of you already have somebody with reconciliation, soulmate in the 2 attractions. Others of you, this is someone that's coming in very rapidly, okay? So let me get 3 more. Tell me more about the sensual energy in pile 1's next era. Let's get that card. It's right here. Okay, well, it's a tomato. So it's a tomato. I will not develop that energy. But yeah, lots of kisses. I'll say that much. Definitely. Okay. Tease, that's the mixed signals, okay? And it fell right under, okay, so there's a lot of foreplay, a lot of teasing, and especially we're talking about specific connections, like lots of teasing. But with that groupie energy, like you might be, like I said, out here flirting with people, teasing people. If you're single, like that's a thing. Very fun, okay, especially for the singles. Sorry, let me get this other one. Ironically enough, it fell like this. I'm gonna take okay, so half the deck slipped, but I'm not gonna worry about it. It says I'm testing your limits, okay? So incoming energy. So like you'll really be discovering yourself in this new era sexually, okay? Not saying you're inexperienced. Sorry, I'm grabbing the deck. Some of you are, but others of you, it's just an further development with teacher. Like you'll learn more. Like your next partner may be a teacher of some sort sensually, or maybe you'll teach your next partner sensually, or you'll learn together, but there's an evolution sensually coming in for you. So this stack slipped. I'm not taking all of those cards, but at the bottom you do have seduction. And I'll take this bottom since it slipped from this, not open right now. So that's probably the mixed signal. So those of you, especially when we're talking about that energy of the reconciliation, some of you, this is a connection where you're not really invested sensually right now. Maybe it's a mental, an intellectual connection that's going to evolve. That's a specific message for some of you. Others of you, you're just not in that space yet, but that's the space that's coming in, right? That's seduction. Like you're really stepping in, submit to me. Let me see what else. Obsession coming through again. Like there's going to be somebody that really gets you going, okay? Or at least some people if you're single, okay? So you're definitely stepping into that era right now. Great energy here. Be mindful of the company you keep. That said, that is all I have for you today, pile 1. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile two, let's see what your next chapter is. We're going to look at just your overall life, goals, love, and sex. I do have these astrology-based oracle decks I'm going to hop right into. Following that, we'll get the tarot. I do have melanin pop just to see everything that's going to pop up. I'm going to look specifically at love with two piles. I say two piles, but two decks. And then I have my erotic sex answers oracle to dive into that sensual energy specifically. I'm not trying to knock the stand. I'm just very expressive with my hands. So maybe this next era for you will be very expressive. You did pick a very colorful mix of luggage. Like it could be a set, or maybe it's pieces you just pieced together. You know, not saying you did it in real life. Some of you did, but that's kind of the pile you selected. So I'm excited to see how that's going to translate into your reading. We're going to look at obviously we will look specifically at love and sex at the end, but I want to see what the prominent energy is, hence these astrology-based oracle decks. So tell me, pile two, what's the specific energy? And it was 111 when I just time checked myself to see where I'm at in this video. Okay, pile two. Tell me the dominant energy of your next chapter. Okay, and I did say that I wasn't specific about getting one, but this deck did. So the next deck doesn't, then I'm okay with it. But we have grow and expand. This is Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy, 9th house energy. So some of you will be, and I don't know why this is feeling like deja vu. Like I felt that pile two would be this pile. A lot of you in this pile will be traveling, whether you're traveling for leisure, traveling for growth and experiences, traveling for jobs, careers, whether that's a relocation, like a permanent move, temporary move, or just a visit. But lots of movement coming through for pile two. I'm loving this energy. Lots of new knowledge gain, new experiences gain, interacting with other I was gonna say characters, maybe something related to characters if you're a writer of any kind, or if you're working on a book, finish that book, and you will. But other cultures, right? Other people's customs, I'm hearing. So nice. That's that melting pot. That's that combination of luggage that kind of matches but doesn't quite fit. That's going to be you in this new era, and that's a very good energy to be in. It's an energy of growth, expansion, open-mindedness, the bigger picture, right? The whole world perspective. And so at the bottom you have house two, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. So especially those of you that have wanted to move, if you wanted to travel, you'll finally have the financial stability to do so. So that is your next chapter. Whatever move you wanted to make, whatever financial freedom, because this is a combination of financial freedom, and also this isn't even specific to career. This is just money. Some of you will actually win money. This isn't all of you. Not everybody's gonna like hit the lottery. Not even saying it's gonna be the lottery, but a lot of you are just gonna be very, very lucky and fortunate as it relates to money, finances, assets, stuff. So it might not even just be physical, like money, actual money. It may be things that money would buy. Like you may be gifted a lot of free stuff, I see. So I don't know what's happening and what's fueling this energy, but I mean, I love it. Who doesn't like free stuff? It's like a lot of, you're just getting stuff coming to you, money coming to you. So whatever you're doing to attract it, do not stop. Okay, so let me pull more. And house two is also Taurus energy. So we've got Taurus and Sagittarius both on the table. Tell me more about pile two. Yeah, you're going to be very financially stable in this era, and just feels like money just is attracted to you. Like it's like this is the ultimate manifesting money pile for whatever reason. And maybe it's those experiences, maybe it's those cultures you're exploring. You're just finding what you're naturally gifted at. But let me get more so I can see where is this money coming from. And honestly, it's not just money, it's good luck. But I mean, you can't deny that house two is literally assets and possessions. So let's see. And that's an expansion of those items as well. So some of you, your assets, Find out the value of some things you have, okay? Like, this is some advice before I get this next card. Look into the things that you own and get a value assessment, whether it's property, whether it's just stuff. Some of you have, and with this Jupiter ruling luck, some of you have something that you own and you don't even realize how much it's worth. So watch that. Definitely pay attention to the things you have. Like, some of you, like, watch that. Like, some of you have things in your possession that's worth a lot more than you realize. I want to. Or you will have something soon in your possession. I'll take this one and I'll read these just to see what they are. Don't let pride get in your way. Look at the bigger picture, Leo and Sagittarius energy. But I'm not going to take it, right? We're going to just put it here. But that's just messages that you needed. And that was that confirmation for that Sagittarius energy, okay? Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Some of you, this could be romantic, but this is 11th house of networking, social status. It's also saying that you'll be a lot more social. You'll be a lot more open with other people and friendly. Like, if you haven't been the most social person, you'll be stepping into an energy of that into your next era. You'll be very good with people, and you'll actually enjoy interacting with people in a very casual way, you know, outside of your family and your close friends. So if you've been a little antisocial or just not really vibing with public spaces, you're gonna be stepping into that very soon with this Jupiter energy, especially as you travel and expand. And, you know, who isn't happy when you're like attracting money, right? You do have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. I am not sure why that is in reverse. I will say that's third house energy of communication. There's something possibly very hush-hush. Like, you may not disclose whatever is coming through, especially like as it relates to people that are not very close to you, right? Because Aquarius energy, that's community-based collective energy. That's you not really wanting everyone to know what you're doing and where you're going and how much you've got and your asset valuation. You know what I mean? Like, the answers you need are coming. So this is also while you're able to, okay. So this is a healthy balance of being social and networking, but also keeping your personal business to yourself. If people want to know what's going on with you, not necessarily telling all of your business. So definitely do keep your business to yourself. For sure. Let's see what's at the bottom. You're very close to achieving your goal. So whatever that is that's attracting money, you're very close to achieving it. Like, and that is also a confirmation to me, the reader, that when I say this next chapter of your life, like, this, whatever this is coming in, is happening very quickly. So it's almost here. It's not gonna happen it's not going to be over a year. Like, it's definitely going to be this year. Whatever that is for you, this is a timeless reading, okay? So whatever year you're currently in, definitely going to happen this year. Definitely let me know in the comments what's happening, okay? So let's see. Tell me about pile 2. What's going on with pile 2? Tell me what's going on with pile 2. Why is this not shuffling? Like, I'm struggling right now, y'all. I cannot get a good shuffle. Tell me about pile 2. What's next? What's in pile 2's next chapter? Okay. Tell me what's next for pile 2. That was heavy Sagittarius expansive energy, because that was a Temperance card that jumped back in. So let's see. Tell me more about pile 2. Oh, and all 3 came out together. There's 4 cards. I didn't even see this one. That's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll leave it there since that's where it wanted to land, but it is the 10 of Swords. Now, that's, some people are like, oh, that's very scary. But for me, it's shifting itself all the way to the left. Lets me know that this is past or present energy, and this, whatever all of this is, will follow. And it's also the worst is behind you, right? The 10 of Swords talks about being at rock bottom, nothing bad. And the thing about energy is, I mentioned it in the previous pile, If you wanted to, if you felt called to it, go for it, but it's not, you don't have to. I'm just saying the only thing that's constant is change, and everything happens in equal parts. So if you have hit rock bottom, especially recently or in the recent past, look at all of this potential. Look at that transformation in that butterfly, and look at behind. That's like a, is that a cemetery? Or it might be a cemetery, but it looks like a city to me, right? It looks like a city, and it looks like potential and like optimism and growth. Okay, so let's see what is happening here. So you do have, since it's upright, I normally pull my cards like this, but since it's upright, we will take this Hermit energy, which is Virgo, right? Again, rock bottom. It's like this is a casket, and here's the light. It's like, let me get out of this casket, right? I've morphed into the butterfly from the caterpillar. Like I am no longer like rising from the ashes. That may be what this is. This house 2, this Jupiter is like extremely lucky, fortunate energy. Feels like rising from the ashes. So some of you have been on very, very difficult times, and it feels like you have been, like you're rising from the ashes, or you will very soon. And then you have the 9 of Wands, which is, you know, you've been through it, right? Working very diligently. It's like you're like, I almost don't have it in me anymore. So those of you where it's been a very pessimistic perspective, like very downtrodden, this is that pause right before that completion, right before you finish that challenging task. And then you have the Devil. Okay, so we've got 2 earth signs on the table now. We've got Capricorn and Virgo. So this is the 6th house energy of health, of wellness. So if this has been a health thing, you'll have the resources that you need to travel, to get the knowledge, to get the help you need as it relates to your health, right? The networking you need, finding the people that can help you, especially if it's been very private. Some of you, if it's been private, you'll have to open up a little more so that you can be successful in managing your health. As it relates to like your finances and everything, if you've been going at it alone, just know you're almost there, right? Very close to achieving your goal, because Virgo rules work day to day. And whatever work you've been doing career-wise or academically, or just what you've been trying to learn, grow, be better at in your life overall, could be just your life themes. It's been very hard for you, you know, with this card here, especially day to day and establishing a routine. But here with the Devil, that is gaining control, right? And that is career. So work versus career. So I can see that on the brink with this 9 of Wands, and you're very close to achieving your goal of some kind of career ascension, if that is what you've been stressed about, especially since your reading opened up with money. Just a windfall of money, just a lot of money. So expect a huge raise, promotion, bonus, something coming in very quickly for you, pal, too. Okay, so let's see what's at the bottom. The Magician. Love that Gemini energy. I'm going to put it right next to that too, because that open space. You have the Magician, number 1. That is Mercury in Gemini based energy. And so this is someone manifesting very privately with that card at that placement. I can put this here to make more space for my new decks, but I love this energy because so while this is a highly Sagittarius energy, it's also very Mercurial, because you've got Gemini and Virgo and Mercury all on the table. So you are working, you are manifesting. Some of you really are manifesting just money in general, and your life is going to shift as a result, especially those of you that are really struggling right now. If you're really struggling right now, or have in the recent past, just know you're almost there. And this new era, fortune. Okay, so let's see what I'm trying to see where I'm going to position my cards, because the tarot deck, very unique way of structuring. No holes, right? No gaps. Just know that may be a relevant phrase for you. Okay, Patu? Let's see something really quick. Okay, sorry, let me get to a good shuffle. This is my Melanin Pop deck, so we'll get lots of details from this. I may pull 4 cards, that just feels like the number, and then I'll I'll pull from those 2 love-based oracle decks for love specifically, and then I'll pull from that erotic sex answers oracle deck that I have to get more clarity on just your sensual energy for the next era of life. So what do we have here? Tradition, family, values, ceremony, generational beliefs and groups. It talks about traveling, and it talks about finding your soul tribe. So the network, right? Aquarius energy is network. It's collective, community-based energy. You're going to find your people. You're going to find your stability. So especially as it relates to school, academics, career, learning, and just growth overall in life, you're gonna find that, okay? And this also feels like a bit of a relationship with someone that has very similar values to you, someone that you can see yourself settling down with, okay? So let me see. Tell me more about what's happening in Piles 2's next chapter. Slow and steady, wise, planning, meticulous, which is very mercurial energy, careful, and delays. Especially, listen, 10 of Swords is a delay. This Hermit mode is a delay. This 9 of Wands is a delay, right? Devil energy could be stuck energy of trying to control and not being able to, but you'll be stepping into this Magician energy very soon. But just know that wise planning is your key, right? You're going to be very good at planning and being organized and finding a routine this next era. And just know slow and steady wins the race. There's turtles here. There's a castle. Like you'll make it there, okay? It's like Candyland. You'll make it there. Slow and steady wins the race. And that also talks about not rushing, right? So basically it's going to feel like a windfall, some of you, but really it's been a long time coming with slow and steady. It's been a long time coming, your success, the things that are coming through, things that you've been waiting for. But because it's been slow and steady, because it's rooted in a foundation in that tradition card, you have the house too. It's very stable. It's not going anywhere. So that's what you want. Okay, we've already got a little bit of a kinky energy coming through with handcuffs, lipstick, and heels. It says exciting, kinks, unusual, mix it up, new things, and fantasy. So I'm already getting your sensual energy coming through. Pile 2, love that for you. Rebel. That's Aquarius energy, stepping into an energy of being very open-minded, right? That's Sagittarius energy as well. It says strong-willed, protester, non-conformist, opposition. So you're going to step into an era where you're just really just doing what you want, when, and how you want to do it. And you're not going to let anyone stop you, okay? Powerful man, strong entrepreneur, boss, leader, mature, empowerment. Really stepping into your power. Let me get one more. I have no idea where I'm going to put it, but then I'm going to take the bottom. Okay, powerful man wants to be the one. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so we've got the powerful man back. Let's put it here. And then you have immaturity. Juvenile, foolish, defensive, childishness. I don't know why I'm reading it in reverse. It may be past energy, right? It feels like, ooh, it's coming through. Your past energy, you were stuck. You were at rock bottom because you weren't ready for this. This Jupiter, house 2, powerful, whoever energy, it's not gender specific. That's why it's been slow. There's a level of growth, a level of development, a level of comprehension that you either don't quite have yet or hadn't had with this Gemini reverse. A certain level of understanding, a certain level of experience that you were not ready for. And that's what this space, that's what this delay, this slow pace was for, to develop you into who you need to be, to fully be prepared for this level of success, of financial abundance, of stability, right? Because if you don't know what you're doing with it, it'll leave you as quickly as you found it. And that's why it's been a very slow tread towards it, okay? So let's hop right into these love-based oracle decks and see what's going on with Pile 2 in their next era of life. Yeah, you weren't ready or aren't yet, but it's coming very quickly. I will say you're almost there. You're almost ready. And when you are, it's going to click like a switch, okay? Pile 2, tell me about your love life specifically. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Beautiful. I want 3. Tell me more about Pile 2. Those are my two. We'll take the bottom in a second. So you've got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And then you've got new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Fix this. The bottom, you have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Let's sit with this for a second. I can put this, that's small enough to sit there. So you have issues that you're going to heal in this next phase as it relates to love, because while you have issues with security, hence the house too, right? That's something that you're going to heal, and it's translated over to your love life. So with you not feeling very stable, very secure in your life, you have a fear of love and intimacy, which leads you to either being completely detached and not communicating, or being clingy and not knowing how to separate from a romantic partner, especially once you start having feelings. The good news is that you're clearing that energy, and in your next chapter, you'll have a new connection or refreshing of a connection that is mutual, that is healthy. Okay, so let me pull from this other deck, because this isn't a pile of dating around. This is a pile of you. I feel like this is a pile of someone that is gonna come in, or that will come back. If that's what you want, please don't get mad at me in the comments for saying someone come back. Some of you, I mean, it's a general reading. Some of you, it's someone coming back with a refreshing perspective, like it's like a fresh connection because of the way that they come back. Others of you, it's completely new, okay? But it will feel new regardless. Exactly. Let me pull this. Tell me about pile two's next chapter in love. Some of you are really going to learn how to stand on your own too, okay? But you have telepathy. Pay attention to the telepathic messages that you are being sent and received at this time. Now, this is also a follow your intuition and understand, like trusting your intuition and knowing what feels right and safe for you. Now, the next person that comes in, when we say it's safe for you to love, and the codependency and the new love, it feels like you're going to connect with someone mentally. That's going to be a first thing that attracts you to this person. So that's how you're going to know about it in your next era. In your next chapter of life, the next person that you're going to be with, that's going to be a good person for you, very healthy connection, you're going to connect mentally first in a way that you've not done before. Okay? So tell me more about pile two's romantic situation. Yeah, you're gonna be very like-minded. I mentioned the tradition. It's gonna be a slow connection, okay? I think it's interesting. So immaturity means that some of you are or have been used to dealing with someone that's been very immature, but like with powerful man, woman, they, gender specifically, very different. This person is going to be someone that really gets to know you very slowly, but very different from what you're used to. Very mature and very clear and on the same page mentally with you, because you've got this house two as your foundation here, right? You're growing, you're expanding, but in a very stable way. With building a future, it says this one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. So this is someone that you're going to really, some of you, this is going to be the most serious connection you've ever had. Okay? But this next person that's coming in is very serious and connecting with you mentally, and as it relates to common goals and everything in this tradition card, like very similar mentalities on where you want to be, where you want to go, who you are, and your values and a connection. You're going to be on the same page, okay, about what you want. So tell me more about pile two. Make a move. And this isn't going to be someone that hesitates, or you're not going to hesitate when you realize. It says the time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make the move. Those of you are in existing connections where it's safe for you to love and there's the codependency working through, just know this is an energy of this person or you kind of, I guess, having the conversation, doing the stuff, but making a move. So someone's going to make a move, especially those of you where it's going to be a new connection. This person's not going to hesitate. They're going to come in immediately and make it very clear to you what it is they're looking for. Okay. At the bottom, you have control issues, and it says, by trying to control the situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let the divine take the lead. That's not just your romantic, that's your life, right? We have slow and steady here. It just, you can't control the pace of your life in the way that you, at the level of which you're trying to. You have control, you have the power, but with the Magician, you may have an energy of trying to overly control every area. Like, you can't control every single detail of every single area of your life. Sometimes you just have to roll with it and see what happens, especially with that open-minded energy of that Jupiter. That is what's happening. And so this is also a warning about your connection that is incoming. Do not try to control it, manipulate it with this Magician card. Let it happen as it should, slow and steady, right? Let it happen. Because this immaturity is kind of you. We talk about you not being ready earlier. That's your energy coming through for the power. So make sure that your immaturity, right? It's not an insult. It's a lack of development. I'll use that term so it's not offensive. Your lack of development in certain areas of life, specifically romance right now, are holding you back because you're trying to control them and you don't have the experience or skills to do so. You're not quite ready for the steps you're trying to skip. Okay, so that makes perfect sense to me. Hopefully it's clear to you. Let me hop right into the Sex Answers Erotic Sex Oracle deck so we can get into your sensual energy. Because again, the connection that's coming in feels serious, because it's two people that are on the same page mentally, that know exactly what they want. So I'm not even really seeing like a lot of flirtation so much as it's just bonding immediately or further. So let me see the sensual energy. Tell me about Pile 2's sensual energy in this next chapter of their life. You've got Let Me Take You with the hand. Seems like growth and expanding and a partner that's a little more dominant. You've got this Tomato, which says I want to taste you, in reverse. Says Satisfaction. Let me get more. I'm gonna clarify that reversal. I'm so hot for you, coming in that way, but I'm just gonna I don't know if that can be. YouTube is different, y'all, so just work with me. Just work with me. Let me get more out so I can talk about it. I want one more at least before I start talking, and then I'll pull 2 more after that. Tell me more about Pile 2 sensual energy in this next chapter. Waiting for you to go. Okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm be honest with you. Okay, so you have Let Me Take You, hot for you, waiting for you to come. This is someone that's gonna really take their time. This is not someone, I say someone because we're talking about this connection specifically, because these are very specific energies. So it could be this person or this may just be your energy. But it says to me that this is someone that's going to move very slow, that's going to take their time, that's not very kinky, especially with the oral reversal, right? That's not something that they do or are used to doing, or maybe that's you don't do or you're not used to doing, but I'm just making you aware that is in reversal for a reason, right? Like there's a lot of intimacy, and it's either someone that doesn't want to, you not wanting to, or someone that's not experienced doing that, right? Because you do still have the attraction, you still have the I'm hot for you, waiting, and Let Me Take You. It's still a lot of attraction. It's just maybe it's an experience, or we'll see. Let me pull 2 more. Okay, let's see what that is. Intense affair. I mean, it's still very passionate now. I'm not gonna say it's not good, it's not pleasurable, like that's coming in, your intimacy. Like, it's very passionate, okay? But I don't know. I don't want y'all to be mad at me in the comments because that card came out in reverse. Sorry. Okay, and need to be uninhibited. Yeah, so that's what's happening. This is going to be someone, especially since we have the intellectual aspect first, this is going to be someone that you learn with together, someone you grow with and expand with together, right? And the more comfortable you get in your relationship, the more you'll both be open to experimenting and whatnot in a sensual way. But that's what's coming through for your next connection. So at the bottom, you do have open a relationship. I don't see it as an open relationship. I see it as opening up to the connection more, right? Like, especially with control issues, like being uninhibited, which is here together, and just expressing yourselves and being comfortable with each other on a sensual level. Since we do have immaturity, again, it may be a lack of experience here or a lack of comfort and just getting familiar with one another. Okay. Yeah, outside of that, your sensual energy is very commitment based. It's with one person in your next chapter. So hopefully that's what you wanted, and hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 3. So we're going to look to see what your next chapter, we're going to see where you're headed in life, your goals, love, and sex. I'm going to start with these astrology-based oracle decks just to get the overview, the main theme of your next chapter. I'll hop right into the tarot deck, and then I have Melanin Pop, which will give us a bunch of details on anything that we need to know. And then I have 2 love-based oracle decks, as well as the Sex Answers Erotic Sex Oracle Hybrid, to dive directly into your love and sensual energy at the end. So let me just see what your main themes are in your next era, pile 3. Tell me about pile 3. Key themes and areas of concentration. So some of you are asking about school specifically and whatnot because areas of concentration, or you're super fixated on a very specific area of your life stepping into this next chapter. So let me see what that's all about. Tell me what's going on with pile 3. I feel like I want, okay, I will take 3 cards, just like the number of your pile. At the bottom, you have Chiron, Hurt and Heal. You got a lot you're sorting through. That's why. So this is the wounded healer. You've been through a lot. You felt a lot. You've been hurt a lot. Like it's been rough. But this is the healing. This is the transmutation of all that you've experienced into something good, whether it's just to support yourself, others, or a combination of the two. Love that energy. So let me see what the 3 cards are. Lots of going on. Okay, so we've got house 5, passion, play, children, confidence, creativity. Beautiful. So especially as it relates, some of you may be stepping into an era as it relates to having children or healing childhood trauma, right? But this is the 5th house of joy and pleasure. It is Leo energy, sun energy of your vibrant personality, allowing your trauma and the things you've been through to kind of morph you into a more loving, passionate, life-loving individual, especially if it's been, things you've had to heal from, whether spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or even physically, like just embracing life and enjoying all of the every minute of every day, right? So just fun, just joy, pleasure, enjoying life, enjoying music, entertainment, all of the things, lots of experience. This is dating, this is romance, this is sex for the fun of it, right? Like without, not saying it's not passionate, not saying it's not in a committed connection, but this is just enjoying it in the basis and the foundation of pleasure itself, okay? Love that energy for you, pile 3. Just enjoying your life. You have Jupiter, which came out in a different pile. These pinks may be very relevant energy, but grow and expand. Being very open and receptive to the world around you. Just being very growth minded and feeling very lucky and prosperous, especially as it relates to energy of fun and joy and pleasure, right? So now you got Leo and Sagittarius here, and here is Leo again. Didn't even realize I had it in my hand, but self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. This is a very, very passionate, personality based, really stepping into your own, stepping into who you are, being very expressive of it, both sensually and just in terms of just pleasure overall, just experiences, fun. Like, I love this energy, especially with Chiron as the bottom, as the foundation, just leading with pleasure and happiness, right? So let's see what else we can get. Love that. Some of you are going to approach this next chapter with a life that's way too short, especially if this trauma here has been something very transformative, deeply painful. It's like life is way too short. You're going to really just enjoy this next era, okay? Some of you, it's been a lifelong process of just healing childhood trauma because again, Leo, heavy Leo placements here. If you have Leo placements, this is it. But you're going to step into that Leo energy, and that rules children and whatnot. So I could see it being any trauma associated with children or your childhood is gonna be healed to the point where you can truly enjoy life, especially if it's been hindering you, okay, or limiting you. And childhood also feels like this house 5 of joy and pleasure related to children could be a fear of becoming a parent, right? Or having children. I can see that because Chiron is about healing and trauma and fears, right? Things that have hurt you. And so with the children here specifically in these 2 cards, it's almost like fear of babies. So those of you where there's a fear there, especially as it relates to intimacy, because that is a topic today, you're gonna let that go and just be open and expressive and heal that trauma so that you can fully enjoy your life, especially as it relates to intimacy, okay? So let me see what else I can get. This one came out and this one wants to come out, and we'll take the bottom. So we've got new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. So again, that just kind of really evaluating and assessing your life and realizing that you need to enjoy it. You don't want to enjoy your life. You don't want to, be stuck in trauma and just not enjoying your life, and just really thinking about ways to do that. Like that's going to be your focus, is this expansive joy and pleasure, okay? Because that's what these 3 cards say. And Pisces is Neptune energy. It's like dream and fantasy based, so it complements pleasures in such a way like that people just really, so it's like kind of like when you're having dinner and you have a couple of drinks or something like that. Like it's just really takes the joy and pleasure, and it adds that fantasy based element, that dreamlike element. Okay, for better, for worse, because this is also 12th house energy of aspects of yourself that you're not as familiar with, right? So this is also going to be you exploring those areas of yourself that you're not familiar with through your experiences. As you do things that are fun and pleasurable, especially if you've either deprived yourself, denied yourself, or if you're just not loose enough to naturally have fun, when you do so in this next chapter, you'll really get to know what makes yourself tick in the areas of yourself that you've been kind of denying, depriving, or just are really unfamiliar with. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be really exploring your unconscious mind and what motivates you. You have stepped out of your comfort zone. What did I say? You're going to new experiences, areas of your life that you're not used to exploring, right? Your pleasures, your fun, your enjoyment, your trauma, right? You're going to really dive deep into yourself and heal and learn and grow and step into who you're meant to become. Like you're going to be on path. Things are going to be fun naturally. Like your life is going to naturally be joyful and pleasurable because you'll be stepping into your personal power, the area of your life where you're meant to grow. Okay. And as long as you're open to stepping into your North Node and open and not afraid to step out of your comfort zone, you'll be fine. It's going to be a great era. Like this is going to be one of the best chapters of your life because it'll be the most experience filled one, the one that's most fun day to day. So if you had to pick each year of your life, if we're timing it a year, this year is the year with the most monumental memories that you'll have. Okay. Not saying it's only a year, but this next chapter is very much so one filled with passion and pleasure and creativity and your personality. And I'm loving that for you. You have hold your vision with fixed moon. Yeah, very stable period, especially as it relates to like dreaming of joy and pleasure. Like it says you're almost there. And with that being here with the North Node, it just says whatever your goals are, wherever you're feeling called to journey to, even if you experience setbacks, even if you've been experiencing setbacks with the Chiron energy, don't pivot. Stay on course, okay? So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Very, very interesting. I wasn't expecting your sensual energy to jump immediately out the gate, but I love that for you, Pile 3. Not that that's the only focus, it's just that it came through in that joy and pleasure. Because again, it's not just sensual experiences, it's experiences overall. Things that you want to do, things that make you happy, things that are fun in general. So let me see. Tell me more about Pile 3's next chapter. What does Pile 3 need to know? Be prepared for all of the things. I'm like struggling with my words as I'm trying to avoid knocking everything over. What is this? 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I love this. Let me tell you why. So 8 of Pentacles, it is an affirmation of skill, right? This is past, present, and future energy, but this is an affirmation of skill, and it talks about working diligently with a purpose, knowing that you're gonna make it, right? So holding your vision is encouraging you that if whatever you've been doing, if it hasn't been working, this is past energy coming in, it will soon hold your vision. But it also talks about not having to work very hard. I love that, because 8 of Pentacles, it is very diligently. It's like you know where the end result is going. You're very good at what you're doing, and in the end it's going to be successful, but you are working head down and just grinding it out. And this card says you're not going to have to grind it out if that's something you've had to do, especially with all of this fun cards, all of these fun cards, all of this fun energy. You are not going to have to work very hard in this next chapter. Love that energy coming through for you. Give me 2 more. Tell me more about Pile. Yeah, it's all about joy and pleasure. You do not have to work hard. You're being put in settings and situations where you don't have to. And honestly, when you're on your North Node, you don't have to work very hard. It's just not that energy because it comes naturally to you. Exactly. Look what just came out as I'm clarifying that statement. The 3 of Cups. Look at all of that fun. Look at that celebration. Eating out with friends, enjoying each other's company, having drinks. It's 3 cups. It's celebration. It's fun. It's social gatherings. Like not working very hard. Partying. You have a great pile. I don't know that I've had a pile come through like this in any of my readings. I love this for you, Pile 3. Yeah, but you're still going to be very successful with the 6 of Wands. Like you're still going to be praised. You're still going to be recognized because Leo energy is very much gaining attention and being recognized, but you're not doing anything very tedious. And even if you are, it doesn't feel like work. So like even if you are working hard, it doesn't feel like it in this next chapter. So I love that for you. Let me see my last card. But I love that 3 of Cups came out because it's literally House 5 energy, okay? Especially following 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Your guides are like, listen, we've been through it already. We did our part. It's our turn to enjoy. That's what I'm getting for you, Pile 3. So that's beautiful. I'm so happy for you. And look at that. 10 of Pentacles. So this is like wealth. This is generational wealth. As I'm talking about your guides, it's like your guides are rewarding you. Like you have all of the money, all of the resources to do the stuff because this is generational wealth, what I consider, right? So like the 9 of Pentacles means that you're very successful on your own. You're very independent. You're on your own and you have what you need. 10 of Pentacles talks about having enough for yourself as well as others. So this is why you're able to have all of these very social experiences because you're doing so well financially, materially, that you can. And you're gaining this social status, this finance, this state of finances without having to overwork while enjoying your life. So whatever you're doing, whatever wasn't working, whatever you're holding your vision on, definitely keep holding your vision because you are there, right? Especially since you got the 7 of Pentacles. You see the guy peeping through the blinds. It's like, oh, it's coming. I have a package coming. I have a check coming. I have something coming. He's waiting for it in the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles talks about a harvest. It talks about things that you've been waiting for, things that you've been working on, just coming to harvest. It talks about the seeds you've planted long ago, right? Finally coming to fruition. So yeah, you just wait it out, you just have fun, you rock and roll, and that is literally the next chapter of your life. So let's see what Melanin Pop has to say. Let me see. What's going on? I'm debating on whether or not I want a sip of water. I think I just want to power through this reading. And then we'll rehydrate at that point. Tell me about pile 3. What is pile 3's? Because I'm like gaining energy. Okay. Pile 3. Tell me about your next chapter. Give me energy for my next chapter. And after Melon Pop, we do have those 2 decks and that last Erotic Sex Answers one. So I want to see what energy we get from here, though, because I mean, this is just great. See if we can get more details. Tell me about pile 3, please. Okay. Forest, abundance, hidden wealth, transformation, growth. So this talks about, especially now that it's coming here with this Pisces, like hidden wealth. So like you'll be coming into whatever success, whatever pleasure. Like it doesn't seem like people are going to know about it. There was another pile that has similar underlying energy, but you may not even see this coming, this energy, and like, or you won't even be looking for it, or you'll just be living your life, and then things will just begin to align for you as it relates to your finances and your career, because you're getting money from somewhere, okay, and you're not working very hard for it. Soulmate at the bottom, destiny, connection, love, unconditional compatibility. So that talks about someone coming in, beautiful energies. I think I want 3 of these cards. You're going to be outside a lot. You're going to be outdoors a lot. Look at all of this green, right? You've got 3 pentacles and a forest. That's some very earthy. You're going to be outside. You've got mountains. You've got like birds. Like you're going to be outside a lot. It's going to be nice. Addiction, excessive drinking, sex addict, unhealthy coping mechanisms. So I'm not going to lie. Some of you have overcome addictions, right? That may be the healing and learning and growing that you're overcoming. Now, others of you, this addiction is not that shadow aspect, because again, Pisces, it rules mental health and addiction. So if that's been you, you're overcoming that. There's always 2 polarities and energies. We talk about it a lot. And those of you that are healing from that, you'll be out traveling, exploring things, finding balance. It'll be a very, very fulfilling period for you. Those of you where this is not your energy, where you haven't been addicted, it talks about you kind of being in an abundance of pleasure. Now, I know that's not what this card means, but that's what I'm getting. I'll pull more, but that's what I'm getting, okay? Because it's always two sides. There's the side that is the addiction side, that is healing from it. And then there's the side that has been kind of almost fearful of addiction, that maybe you don't drink, maybe you abstain from drugs, alcohol, sex, all of the things, right? And because of that, in this joy, pleasure, house 5 energy, you're like, let me just go out. You know what? Maybe I will have a drink. Maybe I will go have sex. You know what I mean? Like you're opening yourself up and releasing. Because some of you, the Chiron may be an addiction, but others of you, it's a fear of addiction or fear of a mistake. Like, oh no, I can't have a drink because that's a drug. You know what I mean? Like a very green energy of people that don't really experience life, right? Oh no, I can't have sex with this person I'm dating. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the energy coming through, the 2 contrasting sides. So just be thinking about that, because I see you kind of opening up and dealing with the shadow aspects of why you tend to deprive yourself from things that could be fun in moderation. Because that's a word, right? Moderation. Okay. So let me pull another card. Thank you. Look at that. Listen, I'm telling you, pile 3, you are like in your pleasure, okay? Fun, fun, fun. like experiences. And like, I'm not gonna lie, look at the sexy energy, right? The heels, the lipstick, the handcuffs, spice things up. And it's not just sensual energy, it's saying spice up your life, do things that are fun, take risks, step out of your comfort zone, don't be afraid to experience life. And it says exciting, kinks, unusual, mix it up, new things, and fantasies, which is also ruled by Pisces. Beautiful energy coming through because it's fun. I can feel that a lot of you have trauma surrounding joy and pleasure of in a variety of ways. So while this is exciting and fun energy, I can feel at least half of you are terrified, which is good because it means that you're gonna have to step out of your comfort zone. It's an area of growth and development. Like, you are deeply afraid of enjoying things, whether it is just experiences or allowing yourself to do something nice for yourself, or experiencing sex, or a drink in moderation, or you know what I mean, just any extracurriculars that you feel guilty, right? You feel guilt for indulging, because the word is indulgence. Like, some of you are afraid of indulgence of any kind. So just watch that, especially as it relates to intimacy, because I'm seeing now at the bottom you do have creation, conception, teamwork, and new beginnings. Create with me, which is a very sensual energy. It is a couple. The colors are really standing out. I've not noticed that paint like that on this card. So maybe very colorful, or maybe it's just my LGBTQ people stepping in. Welcome. This is an inclusive space, but it's just a very interesting energy, because I think I mentioned a little while ago that this issues of intimacy and fear of like, that addiction card is a fear of making a mistake. So like, afraid of becoming addicted to like drugs and alcohol, a fear of making a sexual error, of like having kids with like the wrong person or something like that. Like, there's a fear of children in a sense, or like some childhood trauma related to intimacy, which I'm not developing, but you know what I mean. So obviously get the help you need, the support you need to work through any trauma, especially things like deeply rooted in the 12th house energy trauma. Okay, so let's get into these love-based oracle decks. I've got two, and then after we'll get into that erotic sex answer oracle. You've already got this deeply sensual, like, sex is going to be one of the heaviest things for you. I'm so sorry if that is traumatizing you, making you scared, nervous, anxious, but pile 3, like, joy, pleasure, experiences in general, just enjoying life, it is. But intimacy is huge. I'm not gonna lie, it's a huge one so far. I didn't even get to that deck. I didn't even get to the love deck. But that is, you know, you've got 5. I consider Pisces energy to be deeply sensual. Addiction and spicing things up. That, you know, create with me. Like, it's a deeply sensual energy. Okay, I want to take this one. I'll pull a third one as well. You got playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Look at this. Joy, pleasure, play, fun. That is your next chapter. Very, very beautiful energy. It says give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So if you've got someone coming in, around, or if you're interested, it says to be open to romantic connections. Let me pull one more from this one, and we'll take the bottom. It's like poking me in the hands. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. Something sharp. It's like you're afraid to be stabbed, or like stabbed in the back, or just like afraid to be hurt. Oh, it's gonna be okay, pile 3. Exactly what I just said. I'm like, why is it stabbing me in the fingers? What's going on? Incoming energy slanted to the left. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So don't be afraid. There's nothing for you to be afraid of. You're very lucky, very blessed with this Jupiter energy. The bottom, it says love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So yeah, love yourself first. Obviously, it does say be open and receptive to other people, romantically and friendship based, because house 5 is friends. So if you've been isolated, lots of friends coming in for sure. You got a lot of friends coming in, like true friends, not acquaintances. And then with love yourself first, you're going to really have to work on your self-esteem and your self-image and all of the things, okay? So let me pull more. I don't think your reading is going to be that long, which is interesting, but it's such a positive reading. And I don't mean to minimize that Chiron energy. For those of you that have a deep-seated trauma, I do not downplay it at all. Definitely get any help you need. But I say it with this optimism because this chapter is going to be very healing, right? Chiron is the overview, very healing for you in really being able to live your life freely without constraints and just really embracing who you are, loving yourself, and loving the world around you. And I think that's beautiful. Okay, attraction is at the bottom. Ecstasy. Listen, I can't control the cards. Okay, intimacy is a huge theme in the next chapter for you. Like sex is like I didn't expect the pile to take over the sexual energy in this way, but sex is a huge theme for you, okay? Intimacy in general, but like with emphasis on sex, okay? And fun and joy and pleasure, okay? So just be mindful of that, pile 3. But it says your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. This feeling of pleasure is electrifying. I love this energy for you. I really do. So let's see if I can get 2 more. Thank you. This is Chiron energy, forgive and heal. It says, as you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. I love, love, love this energy. As you forgive yourself, as you forgive others, as you release trauma, because it's not even about forgiveness, because I don't know what needs forgiving. I am not a person that thinks you need to forgive other people. They're like, oh, forgive other people so that you don't weigh down. It's not about forgiveness. It's about not letting that baggage stop you from the abundance of life, okay? So definitely forgive, heal, one, both, whichever word makes most sense for you. And again, as always, get the help that you need, okay? You have inner fears, exactly. And that's that shadow. As you face your inner fears, you recognize what is holding you back from attracting a healthy and loving relationship with others and yourself. You really need that message, pile 3. And I think it's beautiful that your cards are coming out in this way. Like everything's finally aligning for you if it hasn't already started, because you're stepping into your North Node, okay? Let's see the bottom. Listen and reflect. Meditate and contemplate. Okay, sometimes what a person needs is not a wise mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. Okay, I will say your person that is coming in for you romantically will be very patient with you and will be very healing for you and a very, very good listener. Okay, beautiful energy. And that may be what makes you comfortable healing your issues with intimacy. Okay, so speaking of which, we're hopping right into the sex answers, erotic sex oracle, hybrid, so that we can close this out. I think I want 6 cards. I don't know what this is. Intense affair. We'll take it because it just slipped right on top of that. Give yourself, it says, okay, so give your relationship a chance, forgive and heal, intense affair. Yeah, your person, if it's scary, your person may trigger you in the beginning, okay? Because they're going to trigger all of your issues with intimacy, all of your fear of fun and pleasure and whatnot. So just, I don't mean to take it off of camera, but I needed a really good shuffle that I can only get in my lap. And laps may be relevant, okay? I couldn't get a good shuffle, so I needed to put the deck in my lap. So maybe somebody's climbing in somebody's lap. Fantasies, that's beautiful, okay? It's going to feel like a dream. And like you're gonna begin exploring your fantasies, whether we're talking about just fun stuff that you've always wanted to do, right? Your inner child, like childhood fantasies, as well as your adult fantasies with your sensual energy and your intimate energy, okay? Beautiful. It's gonna be good. Like you've got ecstasy, that not open right now energy is you. It might not be that doesn't, like, especially those of you that may be freaking out as you're watching this, it doesn't mean you have to start today, right? It doesn't mean today. It just means that that's energy that's coming through. The sun is peeking its head out. Let me see if I can, it's fine. The sun, that's heavy Leo energy, more energy of joy and pleasure, fifth house energy coming through, self-pleasure, exactly, embracing yourself, embracing what you like. Some of you may begin to self-pleasure as a means to get more familiar with yourself and your body and what you like. Let me see if I can get more. The goal was 6, so we'll see. All right. Don't hold yourself back as it relates to connections. I can't let booty call be seen. So emotionally distant talks about the fear, right? It talks about the fear. And booty call talks about taking yourself very seriously as it relates to intimacy, because booty call is an energy of fifth house. It's not taking yourself too seriously, not feeling like you need to, and this is not to be disrespectful to anyone's religion or anything, but for this pile specifically, it's saying don't take sex so seriously that you take the pleasure out of it with you and your partner. Like, don't get so worked up, take it so seriously that like the connection needs to be so serious. Because some of you, it's like, okay, well, you don't really have to be married, you don't really have to be engaged, like you're just in a connection with someone that you deeply care about, that you're both consenting adults, right? And so that's that house 5 energy of just not taking it too seriously. You do have need to be uninhibited as a thing. I'll put that under there just in case. I don't think that one's bad because it is covered, but I'll take one more. It does say surrender to your passions and whatnot. So we've got sacred sex. Okay, so an oops, I don't mean for that to fall. I want to take these and see what they are, and then I want to develop that. So it says, be freaky for me, going to make you mine. Those are in reverse. I don't know why. I'll pull another one. But sacred sex here is that healing energy, that healing intimacy and whatnot, right? I want to get more because this is my most sensual pile. I need more energy. I can fit like 2 more. So I'll take 2 more before the bottom. Testing your limits. I don't know why I picked it up upright. I guess it was meant to be. I'm like knocking everything over. I think this clumsy energy that I've stepped into is finding your way intimately. Yeah. So let me get my last one and I'll take the bottom. Thank you so much. Let's make love in the moonlight. Okay, so there's someone else. It's not necessarily a third party. Some of you, you'll have multiple options. Okay, you have multiple options. Okay, especially some of you, specifically one that you're very deeply intimate with, one that's just, it is what it is physically, as you open up, and that's okay if that's consensual. But there's someone else talks about that at the back of your mind, right? The someone else is you. Like, you're absent-minded in intimacy because you have issues with joy and pleasure. Okay. Let's see what's at the bottom. Let's make love in the moonlight. And this energy is that uninhibited energy. And I did mention, I think this was the pile where I talked about being outside a lot. And with all of this Leo sun energy, it's like outside in the daytime. But like even like when the sun goes down, it's like becoming more passionate, having more sensual desire. So not necessarily having sex outside, which may very well happen for some of you, especially as you open up, but it talks about just being very open with your passion and your sensual nature, not just as it relates to physical intimacy, but emotional intimacy, mental intimacy, like connection with spirit and all of your creative endeavors. Okay, so I'm like knocking everything over. That is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.